Hey guys, welcome back to the Fatal Wrath channel. So today, it is Friday. We are looking at the Usagi versus Tech Legendary Challenge, and we are going to do a Nuzlocke version of it. Now again, what is a Nuzlocke? It's a Pokemon term where once you use your players, they're dead and you can't use them again, basically. So, with that in mind, we kind of have to discipline ourselves a little bit here, because in this challenge you can go back and use them if they pass. We just have to make sure we don't use them. So, once we beat the stage, we're not going to go back and beat it again with someone different. That's going to consider a win. So what you do is you go in here and you select one character, and we're just going to run it on automatic and see how they do. So here it goes. Now chances are, because of how high level I have, it's going to get pretty far before I have to use anybody else. So let's see how long they last. We're starting it off with Zek here. Alright, so there's the first stage. So we're not going to go back to this stage. Just going to continue on to the next one. We'll keep Zek. We'll keep it going. This video is going to be long enough as it is, so we're just going to keep right on going. And what's interesting about this is none of these techs heal. So this is perfect for Nuzlocke. Ups the challenge a little bit more. Very interesting. Almost got him. But Zek stays strong. Now this is probably where we're going to lose him. But we're going to try anyway. He probably would last a little longer if I had him up in the late 90s, but I don't. So he's just going to last however long he lasts, and it's automatic. Interesting how he's attacking Usagi first. If he could just get it down to just the mushrooms, and he did. Imagine the mushrooms winning. He should have used his AoE. There he goes. And we lost Zek, but that's okay. Let's try again with somebody else. So Zek is dead, so we can't use him again. Classic Donatello is up. Man, that would have been crazy if Zek would have actually won against those mushrooms. He almost did, too. That was a real good battle. And yes, in this particular setup, since I kind of came up with this type of content to do this a Nuzlocke way rather than the regular way, yeah, we just bringing one character out at a time. We're not bringing multiple characters out or anything. I was wondering when he was going to use that move. Never know what happens when it's on automatic. But that's the challenge. He's got a pretty good defense if he doesn't screw this up. Nice. Yeah, I think Zek could have pulled off the same exact thing if he just would have used the AoE more often. On to stage 5, and only had to lose one out of our whole setup. Let's see what happens here. And we lost Classic Donnie. But that's okay. So we go back into it, and you can't pick Classic Donatello no more. But a Classic Rocksteady is a little stronger. Well, he managed to get through the mushrooms, but couldn't take down Usagi. So we can't use him anymore. Space Donatello is up. He's a little stronger, so let's see if he can last. Space Donatello is gone. Alright. Movie Donatello. Now that we're in the 90s, might actually get past the stage. Well, that's it for Movie Donatello. Now we got Nick Casey Jones. And he's just a little stronger, so hopefully he will hold out and get us past this stage. Nick Casey Jones did it. We got past the stage. Now we're on the final one. And we're starting off with Nick Casey Jones. This is probably going to be the rough one. We're probably going to go through a few characters before we find the winner. If we even win. Alright, so now we go to Rockwell. Rockwell is gone, and now we have Vision Quest Raph. Let's see how good he does. Techs are tough in the Nuzlocke. We're losing quite a lot of characters here. Alright, let's see what Michelangelo does. Michelangelo is gone. Neutralizer. Alright, well now Baxter Stockman goes in. Up next, we got Tiger Claw. Bunnies are up next. Now, they're usually pretty good, so hopefully they're going to last a little bit for us here. Well, let's see how long Crane can last with this. Final level is pretty brutal. Alright, we got level 99s here. Let's see if we can make some progress. Metalhead is up next. And last we got Nick Donatello, who's got to pull us through so we don't lose the challenge. Go get him, Donnie. I don't even think he would have been useful even if we had him up to level 100. So we lost the challenge, but it's just like before when we had the challenge in Usagi versus Might. We had to bring out 2 of our players to the final level. So let's see what happens when we bring out the 2 highest ones. So as you're going through this and you see Nick Casey Jones take out stage 5, when you get to this final stage, you might just want to jump to your 2 final highest level players. See how they stack up and hopefully get you through the challenge. So, I'm kind of curious. Maybe we needed to use Krang in this one. He seemed to have been holding it up pretty well. We're just going through and see if we can find the two that can take him on the best. What a tough level. So, let's try without Donatello. Consider him dead at this point. And let's try a couple S-tier characters and see if they can pull through. Well, there you have it. We might have had to lose Krang with that one, but those are the two that get you through this particular level. So let's go through and see if maybe 3 characters will get us our 3rd star. But a good determination of this, we went through Usagi versus Might, and it was Raphael and Super Shredder that took him down at the final level. What took him down at this final level was our 2 S-tier characters, Krang and Bunnies. Of course, with the help of mostly Bunnies, it got us through. The Krang did not survive. So you'll have to use Krang and Bunnies to survive the level with just 2 characters. Otherwise, we are basically trying to give it a go with 3 characters here and see if that would get us our 3rd star. As we see, this level is pretty tough. Three characters did it. Krang, Nick Donatello, and Bunnies get you your 3rd star. Very tough level, and very difficult when they can't heal. That is your Nuzlocke for Usagi versus Tech. As they come along for Swift, Spirit, and Cunning, we will have another video on those. Until then, that is your Usagi challenge with Tech for the Nuzlocke. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.